Hello everyone, how are you? And today we're going to go through space. So Richard Branson has taken off extraordinary into space flight. Now, as we can see the pictures here of Sir Richard Branson and his crew taking off into space. Now, this has been a memorable situation. It's a 1.5 hour mission, and this has been a long slog for the likes of Richard. For anyone who doesn't know, this has taken 15 years. It's taken Richard Branson and space 15 years to get this far. So it's really good news that they've done it. And there was the plane that brought them up, and then it descended and took apart. So there's the crew that's gone. So there's been really good news with the likes of this, and there's been some pretty bad news as well. Is that space stocks have risen over 100% in the last 2 months. So once the actual launch went well, what Virgin Galactic, or Space as it's known, what they did is they actually released £500 million worth of shares into the market. So they diluted their shareholdings. Now, why did they do that? They diluted their shareholdings because they're looking to cash in on the hype that's after happening on this particular stock, which means then that the company is now after freeing up equity for itself. It's after getting some more money into the coffers, which means then that they can spend it wisely in other areas. Okay, well, on R&D and getting Richard home from space, and then potentially moving forward in the space exploration. Now, this has been really good news in the sense that they've now gone to space. So they've now in the same remit as the likes of SpaceX, which is Elon Musk's company. They have now finally gone to space, which means they have a seat at the table with government contracts now and moving forward. So those government contracts can be billions in if they can get a tender for some of those. So it's long term, this is really good news for Virgin. And as you can see, there's been a 17% drop after the 500 million of more stocks being floated onto the market, and we can see here that their valuation has dropped massively. Okay, massively. And we go over to the share price and have a look at it. This is what's after happening. So this was the high, and this was something that I was in. Now, I actually bought some stock here in space, and then since there it dropped down massively. When I got to this level, I actually bought some more, so I dollar cost averaged in. So I bought a second position to bring down my position, and it dropped even further. So both my positions were red, and it turned around, started going up. Now, on this first red bar here, now there's a technical reason for this, because this here is now a lower high. So this is what this is now at the moment. This is a lower high, or we could class this as a double top. So we can see this here is coming down from there to there. Make that a little bit thicker. We can see that this is now coming down. So that's what's going on there. We have this lower high. So this is something that we need to be aware of. Now, also what's after happening is the launch hasn't happened yet. It's about 10 days away. But we can see traders are starting to get a little bit nervous that it's not really going to go any higher. And we can see the first selling off on this. So what I did at that position is my original position was down a little bit of money. My second position was up quite handsomely. So overall, I was profitable, and I closed all my trades at this particular point. Now, what happened then is this came down a little bit, then jumped up, then spiked down, and then we had the launch. So what happened then is after the launch, it popped up, and then this is where they actually flooded the market with the 500 million extra shares. And look what's happened. We've had that selling day, another one, and today is another selling day. So question is this a good stock to be looking at as a potential investment? Now, long term, do we think that this is good? They are now sending rockets to space, to the moon. They're now going to be able to potentially send stuff to Mars, so on and so forth. So is this good? Absolutely. It's great. It puts sort of England on the map when we're talking about space exploration. So this is really good news, and it means that they can actually tender for contracts in the US, China, third-party contracts. So the idea, this is really, really good news for them. But short term, this is not good news. This is not good news short term. Now, because this is now the sellers are in the market here. Now, if we have a look at what's going on and we look out at the bigger picture here, I can see that I have a bounce here once, twice, 3 times. So I'm expecting this to come down to about $23 here. I'm expecting this to continue going down. I'm not expecting this to stop. I'm expecting this to continue coming down here and hit that $23. Now, do I think it'll stop there? I can't guarantee. I can't guarantee it'll stop, but the probability is it will stop or go shortly below it, and then it will have people jumping in because they can see value in it again. And that's something that traders are lacking at the minute with space, is we don't see the value. We don't see the value in this at the moment. So for me, this has to come down and hit this level before I am looking at it. Now, this may come down and hit this bottom down here. It may, it absolutely may, and it may be something that we could be looking at. But for me, there's value when it gets down. When it gets down to the $23, I'm not greedy, so I'm not necessarily looking for it to get down to $15. But in around 23, there is enough value for me. Now, let's have a quick look at the fundamentals. So if we go over here to Yahoo Finance and we look at it. Now, first thing that's jumping out at me, there's no PE ratio here. So it means that the company is not profitable. Okay, so there's no PE ratio here, which is not good. So if we have a look at the financials, we come down here and we have a look at the income statement. So total revenue. Okay, so if we look at the total revenue, we scroll over there a little bit, breakdown of the total revenue. Look, 2017 0, 2018 0, 3,700, 2020 £238 and 0 at this moment. So is this a company that is making money? Absolutely not. If we come down in here to the income statement, if we have a look at this, we can see here that 0 again, plus 11,000, look, minus 210,000, minus 270,000, minus 25. Okay, so far, but this is not good. This is not good at all. It's hemorrhaging money at the moment. Now, obviously, their whole goal is to actually bring people to the moon. So you're able to pay a price and it'll bring you to the moon. That's the whole idea of the likes of Branson's company, where people who have the money, who want to do something that is completely off the charts, this is the idea of it. But there's not making money here. So this is not a company that we are looking at in the likes of a cash or income statement. The same with the balance sheets. Okay, there's current assets, stuff like that. There's nothing there jumping out of this to tell us that that this is a good company. Liabilities, there's nothing here. Cash flow, there's nothing in any of this here to jump out to say that this is a company that we should be investing in. So what we're doing is we're investing in potential growth, and for me, it has to hit anywhere between the $15 or the $23 for this to be a trade that we could potentially make money on. So once it gets down into this area, I'll potentially buy it, and if it gets back up around here, I'll be looking to jump out of this trade. Now, anyone who wants any more analysis, make sure you go to traderstream.co.uk and jump in on board with our free monthly subscription, and you can see our free webinars. We do a free webinar every Tuesday. Make sure you jump in on that. Link is in the bio. Make sure you click like. If you click like and follow, it means I will be doing these types of analysis. Every Tuesday I pop up my Tuesday webinars, and then once a week I will then jump in and I will put in analysis on a stock. And if you have any particular stock that you want me to go through, please pop it in the notes or the comments, and I will go through that then next week. Thanks very much, everyone. Hope you have a lovely day. Bye bye.